Now joined in studio by a very sweaty Caden Dawson, the #1 player in Georgia. Just got done out of the cages, man. I knew you guys are fired up. You're back for another year of this. Tell me about being back here on these fields with the Georgia guys.
It's first off, it's a blessing to be back here, and it's a great accomplishment for the second year in a row. And it's just a great energy being out here. There's all the coaches out here. You're getting your first real sense of what it's going to be like to play at the college level with the pitching. So honestly, it's a great experience.
I mean, you were here last year, and it's like almost like that look but don't touch, because the coaches can see you, but they can't reach out to you August 1st. This is a different time for you now.
Yes,
that's looming. Obviously, your name's been out there for a while. Does it feel different from that end, kind of like the anticipation of what's right around the corner?
Yeah, last year I'd say it was more of a learning experience, you know. Those guys, what they had to go through, what it was like August 1st, you know, and what it was really how you had to do it, you know. And I'd pretty much just say that August 1st is going to be a big day, and it's going to be very exciting.
For a guy who's been in the spotlight for as long as you have, I know it's probably hard not to get caught up in what that's going to be like, and not already having that kind of list of schools. But I'm sure that's all part of it. I mean, have you already sat down with your parents and your advisors and tried to almost come up with that game plan of how you guys are going to approach that day?
I'd say we've hinted at it, you know, briefly how we're going to do it. We're going to accept as much phone calls as we can and, you know, just move along with August 1st. It's a blessing, so I'm not going to turn anyone down. So,
how did you approach the workout part of this opposed to the games? Are you a guy that likes that showcase environment, or do you feel like the game translates a little bit more in game?
I feel like the numbers are a good leverage point, but when you get in the game, it really shows everybody who you really are and how composed you can stay throughout the game, and I think that's the most important.
When we had you here last year, you did an interview with Grayson Rosen, and you said, and I quote, I want to win at least one state championship in the next 3 years.
Yes, sir.
You've got a state championship now. What's next?
Hopefully just to bring 2 more home. I mean, we have the team to do it next year.
Tell me about that finale. I mean, you guys get a walk-off win. Carson Zagrin comes through, extra innings. I mean, that was absolutely wild, that win over Cartersville. What was it like to be in the inside of that?
It was absolutely incredible. The environment, the people, both fan bases were absolutely amazing, and it came down to the wire. We thought going into the game that it was going to be a tough matchup, and it proved to really be a really good matchup. So we knew going into it that we were going to have to stay composed through 7 innings of baseball, and we ended up doing that. One
of the things I've never really asked you about is when you were coming up as a player, kind of who you looked to. Being a Georgia guy, was it Braves players? Who were you sitting down watching YouTube clips of and being like, all right, that's how you get it done?
So ever since I can remember, I've just been the biggest Bryce Harper fan. His swing, you know, the way he plays the game, the energy he has, and it really inspired me to play the way that I play, with a lot of noise and energy and being excited and, you know, having fun out here while you're playing on the field. So I'd probably say Bryce Harper.
And that's a guy who, you know, comes with a certain leadership qualities. Being back for another year of this, did you kind of see yourself as that? Because I know talking to Hudson Graham a year ago, they said, look, we get Caden here. If we can get him back next year, he's almost like that kind of centerpiece figure leader for us. Did you is that how you approached this time around?
I would say that I came into this as pretty much a leader. Yeah, I would say that. I think since I've been here last year, some of the guys are like, what is it like, how it's been, you know. I'm just explaining to them the whole rundown, what it's going to be like, you know. It's not going to be easy, and I'm telling them that, you know, you're not going to go 4 for 4, but you can go 1 for 2 with the walk, and that's all you really have to do.
So the uniforms are a little different. Last year they looked more like your hat. This year they got some pop to them.
So
when you saw them, what was the reaction?
I asked myself what color wristbands I was going to wear. So I just looked down and I went with pink and white. So
I like it. All right, it's a good look. I love the accents. All right, one of my favorite things we've been doing here is we've been playing a little game with guys, and this is called Random Questions. Yeah, we even got like the game show side of it there.
Cool.
So what's going to happen is our producer is going to pull 3 random numbers between 1 and 100, and we have ChatGPT has given us questions that coincide with those numbers.
Yeah.
So then I'll know what questions to ask you based off those random numbers. So, all right, our producer is going to come through. Producer Mason, what are Caden's 3 numbers?
Your numbers are 18,
Okay.
39, and 65.
All right, 18, 39, and 65.
All right.
All right, here we go. Number 18. If you had to play baseball in a mascot costume, which one would you pick? Any mascot, but you would have to play an entire game in that mascot costume.
The 2002 Oregon Ducks. I think it was the all Nike look.
Wow, okay.
It was like the all duck look, and I think that's just like a super cool look for a mascot. But
I like that. I thought you would maybe pick the Phillies, maybe you'll be a Braves guy, or locally, maybe you pick Blooper. No, I like you're pulling it out. Yeah, we're going with all the stops. All right, number 39. Would you rather lose a game but score a viral highlight, or win but be invisible on the stat sheet?
win and be invisible on the stat sheet.
You just quick to the trigger on that one. All right,
Yeah.
final one. If Gatorade came in dessert flavors, what would be the first one?
I would say cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Or Oreo.
All right. Why cookies and cream?
Because I personally think it's the best.
Would it be like a milky kind of? Yeah. Would it have to stay refrigerated, or be something you could leave out? Like how that would be the tricky thing, right?
See, that's the part that they have to figure out. If they should make it frozen, or you should be able to keep it out 24/7.
Leave it to smarter guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. But you're the ideas guy.
Yes, sir.
All right. He is Caden Dawson. Caden, man, appreciate the time.
Thank you so
Wish you
much.
the best of luck, man.